listening to BTS, which is like one of my favorite K-pop bands, the whole morning. Check them out if you're interested in that at all. But today, thank you for stopping by my channel. Today we're going to be talking about the BH Cosmetics Zodiac Palette. Before we get into it though, I know it's annoying when people do this, but I'm doing it anyways because we all know. If you like this video, please make sure to give me a thumbs up. I know it seems really silly and inconsequential, but it actually helps me out a lot. And if you like this video, I hope you subscribe and stick around and join me in my small bubble of strangeness and makeup. And yeah, hope we can talk more makeup. Let me bring this down a little bit. There we go. It's a better proportion for the screen. But yeah, moving onwards into what you clicked on for. So we are going to be doing, well, we are doing it right now, we're not going to, but we are going to be doing a review with swatches, and then at the end I'm going to show you how I got this actually really simple eye makeup, even though it looks, looking in the viewfinder, and I'm like, it looks really dramatic, but this eye minute took me like 10 minutes. It was really easy. So a little tutorial on this will be at the end. But without further ado, the Zodiac Palette. So this is what the packaging looks like. As you can tell, it's cool because it's got the whole like circular thing that makes you think of the zodiac. It's got all of the signs and everything like that, and it has kind of a fun, it's got a shiny black and then also the shiny silvery goodness on it that says Zodiac. And then it says right here 25 color eyeshadows and highlighter palette, which it very much is. It is normally $21.99. Right now on the website it's $16.50 because it's Black Friday. Who knows how long that will last for, because you know with Cyber Monday, sales have a strange way around this time of period of like, I don't know, of always happening. And BH Cosmetics is super affordable, and in general their site normally has discounts going on. So one, it is affordable. I guess that's a good starting point. And another thing that I like about BH Cosmetics, they are cruelty free. Sorry if you hear that noise in the background, that's one of it's my roommate's cat. We both have cats, we're cat ladies. It's one of the cats scratching his chuffs on the cardboard box that he is now sitting in. But so let's open up this palette. It does have a mirror. Let me blind you with that. It's a good sized mirror as well, actually. It's good quality. I can see myself quite clearly, and I like it because when you hold it, you can actually see your full face when you're doing your makeup very easily. It lets you see both eyes at the same time. Sounds silly, but is very important to me. And then let's look at the colors. So it's really cute because it's laid out in this circle format with all the names of the zodiacs going around it. On the inner circle right here we have a variety of mattes, and then on the outer circle is where we have all the, they're like foiled eyeshadows, but you don't have to use these wet, which I loved about the formula. It's a cool, interesting mix of lots of orangey browns and then purples, as well as some spots of green and blue. Let me zoom you in so you can see them a bit better. It really is a gorgeous color palette. The only cons that, for me personally, about the color selection was there is not a, for my skin tone anyways, there isn't like a matte off-white where I can set an eyeshadow base. But if you have like a nice tan or a bit deeper than I am, then you could maybe use the Aquarius color right here. The Virgo one I think is going to be a little bit too pink to set eyeshadows with. So that was the only really big con for me as far as that goes. And then I've heard, oh, I'm going to forget his name right now. Let me see if I can find it. But there's another YouTuber. Can I find him? Can I find his name? Can I find his name in 2 seconds as I try and Google search it? I'm probably not going to be able to. But anyways, oh yes, it's Thomas Halbert. I love his videos. But he put this palette in an anti-haul because he said he didn't like the fact that the color selection didn't match up like with each zodiac sign, which I totally get. I completely understand. If you are picky about that aspect of it, he used a great example of the fact that Aries is like a pretty teal color and like black. So if you're picky about that, the color selection doesn't really match up with actually the colors that go with each Zodiac. But if you can get over it, I think it's a really gorgeous color selection that you can do a lot with. There's a lot of variety in it. You can create really dark, smoky looks. You can create light looks. You can... Oh, it's so pretty, and I love the mattes that they have in here. You really can do such a crazy variety of things. Moving on to a bit about the formula. The mattes, oh my gosh, the formula on these kind of blew me out of the water. BH Cosmetics is one of those brands for me personally that's a bit hit or miss. I have some palettes by them that I think are great. I've gotten other palettes by them where I'm kind of like, wah, wah. They're very hit or miss for me. This palette though is freaking awesome. Like if you're looking for an affordable palette with a great color selection that you can do a crap ton with, I would buy this guy. The mattes I used, you'll see in the tutorial, I used this color right here all over my lid, and then I used the Leo color right here. Oh my gosh, the mattes pigmented, blendable, like smooth, beautiful formula. Like almost too easy to work with. No such thing. Not actually too easy to work with, but I literally was like putting it on my brush, and then I put it on my hand, and I was like, oh goodness, like gorgeous. It was so pretty, but they blended out really, really easily, can build up the pigment, just, I was truly surprised using this, but, oh, the formula was kick butt. That being said, because there's always a little that being said, I very much used the warm tone colors. I'm going to do another look where I use the purples, because we all know that purples they're special. Purple eyeshadows are special. So that's kind of going to be the ultimate test for me, where I'm going to use, and this had a lot of purples in it, so I'm hopeful the formula is good. I'm going to use these purples right here and do another look. So I'll post that video up in a little bit if you kind of want to check back in and see how that range of the palette works. But yeah, the formula, oh my gosh, they completely nailed it with this one. I can't say that enough. The foils, it's interesting because normally when I see a formula like this, it'll always have like the wet and dry, like can use either way. A lot of the times nowadays too, I feel like when you see a shimmer or metallic eyeshadow, there's almost an assumption that you should foil it for it to work well. And like, I get it with some formulas, they do work better. It's how to make them look more pigmented and metallic. But I'm still a strong believer in that the eyeshadow should be able to function without you foiling it, and these hands down do. They're gorgeous if you want like a light brush of shimmer on your eyes when you don't foil them. And then as you can see on my eyeball, when you foil them, they just are like bing! But besides me ranting and raving about how awesome these are, let's go ahead and do some swatches on the arm. I'll do finger swatches for you, and then we will get into this quick little makeup tutorial. I don't think I'm gonna really have any final thoughts on it because I think I said all the final thoughts. I'll let you look at the color selection one more time so you can see the purples here, then we've got our browns, and then the pretty selection of purpley, rosy gold, browns, green, bronzy, blue shimmers on the outside. And then this shade right here in the middle is a big old highlighter. So yeah, it's just to count. Wait, let's check this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Funny how that works, right? There's 12 months, 12 zodiac signs, so it's 12 and 12, and then the highlighter makes 25 for... I'm being stupid right now. Let's get into the swatches. Okay, so to start off the swatches, I'm going to start going with Virgo, and then I'm going to go counterclockwise. So I'll tell you the colors as we go along. So this is Virgo right here, which is a really pretty cool tone pink color. And then we've got Libra right here. These are all of the mattes, which is a deep, almost black chocolate brown. Then we have Scorpio right here, which is a very nice, pretty, like kind of a true chocolate brown. And then we have Sagittarius, which is what I have all over my eyes today, which to me reads like a very pretty terracotta brown. Moving on then, we have got Capricorn, which is a really cool olivey green, like a cargo army. Then Aquarius, which is a great kind of classic transition color, kind of a light camel brown. Then Pisces next to it, which is a lot, it's kind of, oh, I love this color. It's a true, really deep brown color that's got some black in it, but still reads very, very brown and rich. And then next to that we've got Aries, which is the black of the palette, which is kind of crazy pigmented. And I know that these are finger swatches, so that automatically is like, oh, they're finger swatches, so they're, you know, of course going to be a bit more pigmented. But I'm running my hand literally through the palette 3 times. And that's insanely good pigmentation for doing that. So the next color then is Taurus, which is a super pretty dark purple. I love this color so much. Then we've got Gemini next to that, which is a bit of a prettier, kind of almost a deep lilac. And then Cancer is next to it. And they look very similar on the arm, but this one's got a bit more of a, Gemini has more of a blue undertone to it, where Cancer has more of a red undertone to it. And then the last color that we have got for the mattes is Leo, right there, which is the burgundy purple color of the palette. And these are all of the beautiful mattes. Okay, now we're going to go into the fun foiled, or baked, I think is the correct term, baked eyeshadows. So the first one, and these are so beautiful, the first one is going to be Virgo. Can you just, oh, look at that, it's so pretty. And then we've got Libra, which is kind of like a classic burgundy shimmer. It's just beautiful. Then we've got Scorpio next to that, which is a burnt orange, like a true burnt orange. And then next to that, Sagittarius, which is like a fun, it's a very kind of Christmas green to me, that's got a lot of gold reflex in it. Then the next color we have got is Capricorn, which is an army green. This one is kind of the only one that really truly matches the eyeshadow. And that they're both that army green color. Then next we've got Aquarius, and this is a really unique color to me. It's like a green gold. It looks intriguing. I'm really excited to fiddle around with it a bit more. Then we have Pisces, which is a nice champagne-y color. And then after that we have got Aries, which is a beautiful, beautiful, it's like a, to me this is like what a real turquoise blue-green color looks like. And then to finish it up, our last 4 are going to be Taurus, which is a bit more of a gold than this one right here. This one's got a bit more of a pure gold look to it. And then we have Gemini after that. Let me do, this one's the least pigmented out of all of them, it seems, but that's very much just a pure silver, no warmth in it. I like that a lot. And then we have got Cancer, which is a really pretty, it's kind of like those blue blacks that emulates the night sky to me, with just a hint of purple underneath it. And then the last one we've got is a Leo, which is a very nice, it's like a light pink burgundy. So these are all of the eyeshadows that we've got. Oh, they're all just so pretty. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to focus in my camera for you guys. So these are all of the eyeshadows. Do a little Vanna White. And then the highlighter color, which is in the center, I'm going to do a big old swatch of it. Just, I'll do it right here for you. And I did a very generous swipe because I wanted you to be able to see it. It's kind of a standard, like, it's pretty. It's, I think, obviously you can see since I'm pretty fair, it does blend out, but it's going to be for lighter skin tones, and it has a very heavy, I would say it's like a, it's just gold. It doesn't have a lot of other things going on in the, like, color scheme for it. It's going to be like a straight up light gold highlighter. But very pretty nonetheless. But yeah, I was blown away by these, and oh, Just look at all the possibilities you can do with this color selection and the formula that's so pretty. Okay, okay. I'm shutting up. Okay, I've spent the whole morning listening to K-pop, and that's what I'm listening to right now. But let's do this quick little makeup look, and then we can get on with our days and get on with this video. So I went ahead and primed my eyes with NARS concealer. Fun little fact, I love Shape Tape formula for highlighting and everything, and the coverage on it is awesome. But I'm not sure if I think it's the best base for eyeshadows. I need to play around with it a little bit more. And I'm not sure if I like, I've been using Shape Tape for a long time, and the more I use it, the more I'm like, I actually am not sure if it's the best base for eyeshadows. I don't think it always mixes well. But anyways, moving onwards, we are going to be going in to the lovely Zodiac palette that we just finished talking about and swatching. And I think I'm going to do kind of a simple plummy smoky vibe. So I went ahead, one thing I will say about this palette in general, let's look at it for a second. There are no colors with which, if you're a lighter skin tone, there are no colors with which you can really set your base. So for some people that's a big deal, for others not. For me, from a travel palette perspective, it takes some points away. So I just set it using one of my basic colors that I've got. But for crease color, I think I'll kind of just, I really am going to do like a simple look. So I think what I'm going to do then is I'm going to go in with the Sagittarius color right here, and I'm just going to put it all over my lid and then lightly buff it up into the crease. And for that I'm going to be using the Morphe E30 brush. This is kind of a big, it's like a hybrid to me between a fluffy brush and like a packer brush. And ooh, going into the shadow, there is some kickback. I don't know if you can see it on camera. There's some kickback, but nothing crazy. Ooh! And this is very pigmented, so that is awesome sauce. And as you can see, I am just putting it all over the lid. I might have actually put too much product on my eye. That's a user error, not a makeup error. So definitely without going in, once I've kind of got the shape that I want, I'm going to go in with the same brush and just gently buff that out into the crease using small little circular motions until we have a nice blend that we want. Do I have any other K-pop lovers out there? I feel like K-pop is becoming more mainstream, and if you've never listened to K-pop, I would recommend giving it a try. It's kind of like every music genre, where even if you don't like country, there's probably some country songs that you like, or there's a country artist that you like. And with K-pop, sometimes what you think is K-pop, there's a large variety in it, just like there is with any other musical genre. So we're just finishing up the other eye real quick to get it to like this. I'm not taking the line up too high. I'm keeping it, I have small eyes in general, but I'm keeping it close to when I close at the socket of my eye. And then once we've got that looking and blended how we like it, I'm just going to take this brush again and I am going to intensify the color on the lid, since it did get a little bit blended out from all the blending I was doing. The only problem I would say with doing this with a brush that's as large as the one that I'm using is that sometimes it's hard to get the color really close to the lash line. But you can still get a pretty good job with it. And this color is awesome. This is really pigmented, gorgeous, blended like a dream. It's like some serious thumbs up for this formula. Wow. The true test though, I think, is for the dramatic makeup video I'm gonna do with this palette, which will go up tomorrow. I'm gonna use the purples, and that's always like, the purples and greens are always like the most pain in the butt formulas. So that's where we will really see, you know, what's going on. And I'm just going to then go in on kind of a smaller, fluffier, but denser blending brush. This is the Morphe E17, and I'm going to go in now with the Pisces color, which is a dark chocolate brown right here, and I'm just going to put it on the little V of the eye and blend it a little bit in, just for a little bit more depth. I know I like to do, everyone has different ways they like to do it. I think it's better to place a color and then blend it out, and I like to place it and even blend it a bit with more stippling motions as opposed to constantly swirling my brush in a circle. I just feel like it gives a way nicer effect. And I also feel like it's gentler on the eyes. I think it's so easy with all the intense makeup that we do now to go in super hard, but these eyes have got to last us and look good until we're in, like, who knows how long we'll live now with modern medicine, but until we're like at least in our 80s, so be nice to your eyelid skin. I say that, but probably realistically none of this is nice to the eyelid skin. Okay, so just even that out, and then I am so there is a lot of fallout with this. Part of it is probably because I'm going in with a heavy hand, which I do. That's why I do my foundation later, so I'm totally cool with that. But there is more fallout than I have with other palettes with this. But I'm okay with that because I prefer more pigmented eyeshadows as opposed to, you know how some of my shadows are buildable. Can't believe I said that. But they're like super buildable, but I want the pigment just there when I put it on. And once we have the placement though we're on, I'm going to go back in with the first brush we used. I'm not putting any product, but I am going to just soften out that dark brown, go around the edges, make everything a little bit more smooth. I'm going a little bit haphazardly. Perfect. And I have uneven eyes like everyone else. It's always hard to get the crease part even on my eyeballs. Okay, so I'm liking how this simple as in technique and not a lot of colors being used, not simple as in non-dramatic, I think is what this is. But now that I have got this, our base down, I'm going to go in with one of the light shimmer colors. First, I'm going to try it dry, and then we will see if that gives us the impact that we want, because these do swatch beautifully. And then secondly, if that doesn't give us enough oomph factor, then we will go in and do the regular spritzing and foiling with the eyeshadow. I am going to go in too with this. I'm going to use my Real Techniques. It's called the shading brush from them. I like it though because it's really, really small and dense. And what color? What color? I'm going to go in actually. I'm going to go in with the Leo color. It's got a little pink in it, and I think that that could look really pretty and complementary with this look, so that is what I'm going to go in with. See how this performs. Oh! It's actually really, really pretty just using it dry. Can you see that? Can you see? It's not necessarily like a blinding, like, I could do a cut crease with this, but that is definitely gorgeous without foiling it or doing anything to the formula. And it lays over that orangey brown color really pretty. Oh, I like that. Okay, I'm very impressed with how that blends. And I'm just taking in a small shader brush with no product. And I'm just circling and going back and forth to kind of blend the edges on that together. So I think that that's really pretty, honestly, and that we don't need to add anything. But since we are playing around with this formula, and because we can, I am going to go in with... What am I going to go in? Ooh! I don't know. I'm going to go in with the NYX Dewy Finish, and I'm just going to separate the brush. And we're going to see how this Leo does in... Ooh. Oh, that's pretty. Can you see that? Oh. Ooh, that is pretty. So I am really impressed with this palette. I'm not gonna lie. BH Cosmetics is very hit or miss for me. Sometimes I love their stuff and sometimes I'm like, But overall, I definitely think it's a great company. As far as the quality of their product and the price point. Their eyeshadows, this is maybe one of the best palettes that I've used by them. I have to say, oh, that is pretty. I'm super happy with that. I really, really, really like this palette a lot. I'm excited then to do tomorrow's look. I'm looking forward to it. But, so I'm just going in quickly and buffing these edges. I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of my face foundation, and then we'll finish up this eye look. Okay, and we are back. We are back now. I've got my foundation on, and I'm gonna go ahead and finish up under the eyes. So just to kind of clean up the edges, I'm going to go in with the big fluffy brush I've been using. And I'm just going to super blend out this edge right here. Make it look a little bit messy. If you want to keep it clean, keep it clean, keep it clean. I want to blend it out a little bit more. And then on a small, tiny little brush. Not that tiny, that made it sound way, way smaller than the brush that I'm going to find. Can you tell I'm stalling right now as I'm like digging through my pencil brushes? Okay, so the brush I'm going to use is the e.l.f. I freaking love this brush. Kathleen Lights mentioned it. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. It's the pencil brush by e.l.f. It's super soft. It blends your eyeshadow out to literally just like beauty. Beauty, I tell you, beauty! But back to the eyeshadow. I'm going to go in with this pencil brush on the Sagittarius kind of terracotta warm brown color that we used for the top part. And I am just going to add this to about halfway, so about here and out. I'm just going to run that along the lash line, blending that out. Keeping it smoky and carefree. There we go. And then just do that on the other side. The thing I love about this brush too is it places the shadow close to your lash line while also blending out underneath it. It's so hard to find a brush. A lot of the times before I still do it sometimes, but a lot of the times you'll like place the color and you'll pack it close to your eyelid. Or not your eyelid, but to your lash line, and then you'll need another brush to diffuse it, and I feel like this is like, it's like a 2-in-1. It just makes life so much easier. I'm kind of obsessed with this brush. Plus I think e.l.f. right now still, well, I may not be going on still when I have this, but even for like their Black Friday stuff, they had everything like 50% off on their store, which is crazy! Okay, and now that we've got that super, super simple, just to finish everything up, I'm going to go back in with the same Real Techniques brush that I used, and on this Leo color right here that we used on our lid. I'm not going to foil the eyeshadow or anything. I'm just going to add a very gentle light dusting, if you will, to the inner part right there. This shadow really, really is gorgeous. The formula on this is great. It's better than a lot of high-end foiled eyeshadows I've had recently. But yeah, And that is it. All I'm going to do to finish this up, you can do mascara if you want to really like oomph. But all I'm going to do is mascara. Sorry, I meant you could do eyeliner if you really wanted to bring more drama to it. But I like it being this smoky, blown out look. So since this was just for the eyeshadow and to keep things short, I'm going to put on mascara. I'm going to fill in my waterline and tightline with some black eyeliner. And then that'll be it. So yep, I will see you in 2 seconds since I'm not going to have that on camera. Nah, let's just go to the let's go to the outro. We're going to the outro. Okay, so I think we can go ahead and get into the very final and probably ridiculously obvious thoughts about this palette. I freaking love it and was totally not expecting to. I was really excited about the color range, but due to kind of the hits and misses I've had with formulas before, I was like, meh. But oh my god, I freaking love this palette. I know that's kind of annoying, but like, ooh, I'm just really excited. I haven't been excited about a palette like this in a while. But can I say any more awkwardly times? But yes, so if you like it, here's one more look at all of these gorgeous, 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 gorgeous colors. I do recommend buying it. I think the price is great if you're looking for a gift for a makeup lover. This is a great thing to get, where I think they'll be really happy with it too, and it won't break the bank. If you're a makeup lover, then I love it. Obviously, you don't have to spend your money on it. If you've got plenty of palettes, you never need makeup. Makeup for me is something that's fun. It's something that I love. But if there's a product that I'm like strongly recommending, right now this is going to be at the top of my list for things that I'm recommending that people get. Just, oh, it's so pretty. But yeah, so it's going to be around $20 regardless of whenever you get it, depending on whatever sales they have on their website. But 20 is probably, or 22 will be the most you pay for it. And yep, that concludes this review with swatches and makeup look. And I'm so sorry my phone's been going off. I never get text messages, so sometimes I'm bad about turning it off, and now I have a friend who's actually text messaging me. But yeah, I hope that you are having a good day, night, evening, wherever you are. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Make sure, leave in the comment section, let me know what is your favorite either BH Cosmetic product or what is your favorite affordable eyeshadow palette right now. I feel like there's so many good options out there, and I want to know what you like and what you've tried. Maybe you've tried the same thing, maybe we haven't, and you have the next good recommendation for me. So yep, I hope you're having a good day, night, evening, wherever you are, and goodbye. I don't know why I thought of Superfruit when they did that, because they always do the goodbye, do like that little thing. But anyways, goodbye.